This lowlife's inching his pregnant wife closer and closer to the cliff's edge.
With you gone, your dad's company's all mine.
I've stared at that ugly mug of yours for 6 years. It's enough to make me barf. The wife freezes, totally stunned. But I'm carrying your child. Just then, the nanny, in next to nothing, struts over. Right in front of the wife, the two start kissing. The nanny pulls out a bottle of sulfuric acid.
Say goodbye to that pretty face.
The searing pain hits. She stumbles back on reflex. The lowlife lunges in, slamming her hard. The wife vanishes into the sea completely. This has Matthew, total scumbag, so hyped he can barely contain himself. When he gets back, he immediately latches onto the nanny Fiona. Just as things are about to heat up, the guy whips his head around, and there's his dead wife standing right there. Grace smiles and asks him, why so jumpy? Don't worry, your comeuppance is right around the corner. Matthew nearly pisses his pants. Good thing it was just a nightmare. To get his hands on Grace's billion-dollar fortune, this lowlife's not just putting on this big sad sack act for the media, he's throwing a funeral for his late wife that very afternoon. He barely starts talking when Matthew, total scumbag, dives right into the inheritance. The legal papers say once Grace croaks, I get every last cent of hers. But no sooner does he finish than a figure walks up. Everyone's frozen. Isn't that Grace, who was supposed to be dead?
Grace's ghost is back.
Shut up.
The lowlife jumps in, yelling, who the hell do you think you are, faking being Grace? She's dead. You can't be her. But the woman stays cool as a cucumber, saying, when I came to, I was hanging from a tree. Can't remember a thing about the cliff. Like Matthew's gonna buy that. Get pushed off a cliff? Even the Rock would bite it, let alone some frail woman. He charges forward, trying to yank up her skirt.
Grace had a burn on her thigh. Let's see if you're faking it.
But the woman just stays calm. Why do you keep calling me a fake?
You push me off that cliff yourself?
Shut it. You got some nerve.
Fiona steps up and rips the skirt open. Next second, both of them are so shocked their eyes practically bug out of their heads. The woman's thigh. There's actually a burn mark. Could she really be Grace?
How is that possible?
The woman shouts, what are you so scared of? Did you push me off that cliff? This sleazy pair panics. Just as things are about to blow up, the dog bursts in. The lowlife's stoked. This pup's the most loyal around. If a stranger showed up, it'd tear her to shreds. The woman's face drops. Before she can react, the dog bolts right for her.
Pookie! Good boy!
The scumbag and his fling are floored. How's that even possible? No way she's the real Grace. The lowlife uses a hug as an excuse to yank a strand of her hair. Once she's gone, he tells Fiona to get a DNA test done ASAP. But as soon as Fiona hits the hospital, someone splashes acid on her leg. The scumbag checks the security cam in a panic, but when the red-clad woman turns her head, he nearly wets himself. And this whole mess? It's all part of a plan by Ashley, Grace's twin sister. Cause their parents split, the two were forced to live apart since they were kids. Ashley's not buying a word of the lowlife story, how Grace supposedly killed herself because she was heartbroken over losing the baby. But once she starts digging, turns out the scumbag and Fiona the nanny had been hooking up way before. No doubt about it, they offed her sister Grace for the money.
They'll pay with blood.
And that's not all. That burn on Grace's thigh? Fiona did that 3 years back. Thanks to that scar, Grace not only lost her baby but was stuck with insecurities ever since. Ashley's watching the surveillance footage seething. Mess with her sister? She's gonna make him pay for it in blood. But Matthew's not about to back down. The next day, he rounds up the company's shareholders, whips out the DNA report in front of everyone, and it says 0% match.
DNA's no match.
You liar. Give us back our shares and get out.
The two uncles are stoked. If it weren't for this scumbag, they'd have to hand their shares over to Grace, meaning those multi-million-dollar annual dividends would have been out of their reach. But here's the kicker. That report? Total fake. Cooked up by Matthew.
Doesn't matter if she's real or not. In tomorrow's meeting, I'll get that Grace out of the game.
With his scheme working, the lowlife shouts that she's a total fraud and tells her to get lost. Forget about ever getting those shares. But just then, the secretary marches in with a fresh report. DNA results matching Ashley to the entire White family. Matthew panics, snatching it out of her hand. He flips it open and whoa, a 99.99% match.
99%, that means it's the same person.
Ashley pounces, yelling, why won't you admit I'm Grace?
Because you're nothing like her except that face.
Right, because you killed the Grace that loved you in her heart.
Matthew tries to smooth things over with the shareholders screaming she's a fake, but after all this, no one's buying it. One of them clocks him, bam, then another. By the end, his face is all bruised and swollen. When Fiona rushes over to check on him, Ashley's all over it. Why are you two so chummy?
Don't tell me you're cheating.
Matthew freaks, sputtering, that's crazy. She's just the nanny. Fiona flips, yelling.
Well, you sure enjoyed sleeping with me, didn't you?
He slaps her hard. Shut your damn mouth. Quit making up lies. I'd never cheat on Grace. Ashley's not about to let this gold-digging bimbo off easy. You think I'm stupid? Seduce my husband and you pay with your life.
What's scarier, the ocean or this?
She shoves Fiona toward the balcony. Ashley sends Fiona tumbling over the rail, but it's just a warning.
You saw it, and you just stood there.
Matthew snickers. It's only 2 floors. She's just trying to scare you. Once I take over the company, I'll divorce her quick. But this is just the start. Ashley's gonna make this scumbag crash from the top of the world to rock bottom. At the White Group's cocktail gala, Ashley drops a bombshell. She's giving the entire company to Matthew. The guests lose it.
Grace is giving Matthew the whole company?
She really loves her husband.
Matthew's so hyped he could jump for joy. He signs the papers on the spot, then flips the script faster than you can blink.
I need to expose Grace's true colors.
She's a total nutjob, treats the nanny like garbage, even pushed her off a balcony. But the guests aren't idiots. They've all heard how Grace doted on the nanny. Hell, she even invited her to the gala. No way she'd do that. This lowlife murders his pregnant wife and then has the nerve to spout this nonsense.
Grace goes crazy at home, trying to force me to eat bloody animal bodies.
I can't take it anymore. I want a divorce. The guests are totally confused. The scumbag even whips out a divorce agreement on the spot. But Ashley stays cool as a cucumber. Just got the company and now he wants a divorce? Typical lowlife move. Everyone's watching. She turns around and signs the divorce papers with Alice White. Little does the scumbag know he's walking right into Ashley's trap.
Get out of here, you pathetic loser.
Just then, a secretary from Ascend Global makes a grand entrance saying they want to sign a multi-$100 million deal with Matthew. This is one of the top companies in the world. The scumbag sees this huge deal and rushes to sign his name, scared he'll lose this moneymaker. It has Ashley grinning from ear to ear. If you can't deliver on time,
The White Group will owe a $3 billion penalty. Got that kind of money lying around, Mr. White?
the scumbag smirks. We've got plenty of suppliers. The only company in the world that can handle this volume is us. But no sooner does he say that than the suppliers he bragged about show up, announcing they're cutting ties with White Group.
We are also pulling out. Please consider the previous order as our last order.
What's going on?
The scumbag's fuming, pointing the finger right at Ashley. You must have slept with him. There's no way the Ascend Global secretary would help you otherwise.
Hey, watch your mouth.
If this skank didn't sleep with you, why would you ever help her?
Get your president here right now, or I'm not leaving. The secretary can't help but laugh. You really want to meet our president?
Yeah, I'm sure he's rational and can see through this bitch's lies.
Very well then, let's welcome our president to the stage.
The guests are shocked, but the scumbag refuses to believe it. Grace is just a dumb broad. No way she's the president of Ascend Global. But the truth is staring him in the face, and he can't deny it.
It's either a $3 billion penalty or declare bankruptcy.
Without Grace, Matthew is such a useless prick.
Fiona panics. Is her dream of being a rich trophy wife going up in smoke? She rushes over, demanding answers from the scumbag, but he shoves her away, yelling, "This is all her fault. She tricked me into divorcing you." But Ashley isn't one to mess with. In front of all the guests and the media, Ashley reveals the entire truth.
3 years ago, my husband Matt killed our baby with his own hands. And my fall into the sea wasn't an accident. Matthew and his shameless mistress pushed me.
The media rush forward, taking photos frantically. The police are on their way, and the security guards grab the scumbag and hold him down. Just as Ashley is about to take revenge for her sister, a woman suddenly appears and says,
You're not Grace White.
Ashley is stunned. Who on earth is this woman? It turns out that just a few days ago, Grace, who fell off the cliff, was rescued. It's just that her face was disfigured, so she had to undergo plastic surgery and also lost all memories before falling off the cliff. In the hospital, she bumped into Fiona, who came to have her wound dressed. Based on her habit of picking at her fingers and the way she spoke, Fiona was sure that she was the real Grace. But Fiona, ever the snake, spins her own story first. Says there's some woman at the house pretending to be her, trying to take her place. So at the White Group dinner, the second Grace shows up. She's ready to expose Ashley's identity. She even whips out that family heirloom necklace, worth a cool $10 million, to prove she's the real deal, and it works. Watching the scumbag fire off his lies first, Ashley flashes her own necklace too, and just like that, she and Grace officially recognize each other. No matter how Ashley explains to Grace that the scumbag and Fiona pushed her off the sea and had been having an affair for a long time, Grace says,
Ashley, of course I believe you, but I know Matthew wouldn't hurt me.
Ashley is totally dumbfounded. Her sister is a complete love brain. There's no way. Ashley has to wait a little longer to expose the scumbag's true colors. Ashley finds intimate photos of the scumbag and the mistress, rushes to her sister's house, and slams the photos on the table. The two are so scared that they don't even dare to breathe. The scumbag quickly defends himself.
These are fake. Really, Ashley? You're now using AI to frame me?
Ashley really didn't expect that her sister would be stupid enough to believe the scumbag. Ashley is speechless and can only stabilize the two of them, and her sister first. But before Ashley can make another move, the scumbag and the mistress have a falling out among themselves. It turns out that Fiona has long been addicted to drugs. For money, she asks Matthew for money again and again. However, the scumbag, behind her back, asks Grace to fire her, wanting to cut off all ties with her completely. How can Fiona stand this? Fiona directly threatens the scumbag. If he doesn't give her money, she will tell the truth to the police. The cruel scumbag immediately takes action and pushes Fiona off the cliff, but Ashley contacts the police to investigate and gets the damaged surveillance video. The moment Grace sees the video, all the lost memories come back to her. She picks up a dagger, sneaks into the party in the chaos, and stabs the scumbag, successfully sending him to his death. But she didn't expect that the scumbag and Fiona once killed their father for money. The two sneaked into the study when there was no one at home, opened the safe with Grace's birthday, and took out the watch worth $10 million from it. But just then, Grace's father suddenly came back. Seeing the two thieves, he took out his mobile phone to call the police, but was killed by Matthew with a blow. After that, it was also faked as a natural death from a cerebral hemorrhage. Finally, having dealt with their enemies, the two sisters become each other's only family. They will never be separated again. This flick's called The Wife's Revenge. If you dug this short drama, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. More awesome, fun, short flicks are coming your way. Catch you next time.